Hello everyone, this is Rishika and I am here to give you all the details of essentials that you need to start your watercolor journey. So let's get into the main video. So number one and the most essential is a paper, like any paper that you have around, sketchbooks, drawing sheets, anything. There are various options that you can choose from. These are the normal child notebooks or sketchbooks that you get in your local bookstore, and it's pretty good for watercolors. Also, you can see the watercolor drawings that I have made on these. Other than that, you can use normal sketchbook that you have, like these ones. I have been using these regularly and I love them. But you need to try various sketchbooks to find out which one paper is good enough for using watercolor. I have been lucky that my local bookstore has such a good quality sketchbook, but you have to try different ones yourself. Now these has been alternators, but the thing that you definitely need is watercolor papers, because as the name suggests, it's like watercolor papers. It is made for watercolors. The quality is amazing and all you draw on it would come out as beautiful as it can. So you should invest in these. It's not very expensive, but it's somewhat costly as compared to other sketchbooks. But I would still suggest that you invest in these. I have invested in it in pretty late, but I do not regret my choice. Now moving on to second essential of our list, that is watercolors, of course. Now there are two kind of watercolors that are there which I use. First one is the normal tube colors, which come in these kind of tubes. These ones are artist watercolors, and the second one is this Photocolor. Now I'm pretty sure you might not have used this or heard of this, but these are amazing. If you ever get hands on it, you should definitely use. These are very vibrant. I'll show you the difference between these Photocolors and these normal tube colors. I'm sitting here in a boring room, just another. Okay, I know the difference is not very visible, but you will see it when you use it. The one on the top is much more easier to use and flowy and opaque watercolor, if that makes sense, as compared to the other artist watercolors. And I started using them because one of my teachers suggested it, and I have not stopped since. And it's not at all expensive, like it's just a one-time investment and it lasts forever. So that makes it the second in our list, these two colors. Now moving on to the next part is these palettes, watercolor palette, which is like the common essential. You might be knowing about these. So these are the third in our list. Now moving on to the fourth in our list is this water container. You can use anything for this. After that we have the fifth, which are brushes. Yes, I know these are very important and people have different choices on these. Some use wide brushes. I have all of them, but I prefer the round ones. And I would also suggest you to get a very wide brush to cover a larger area. I have this one which works every time. And last but not the least, a cloth for just wiping off the excess color. I want to show you the difference between a normal sketchbook paper and a watercolor paper, and artist watercolors and photocolor. So I'll be doing two of the same drawings on these two things so that you see the difference in them.
कजरा मोहब्बत वाला अखियों में ऐसा डाला, कजरा मोहब्बत वाला अखियों में ऐसा डाला, कजरे ने ले ली मेरी जान, हाय रे मैं तेरे कुर्बान, दुनिया है मेरे पीछे लेकिन मैं तेरे पीछे, दुनिया है मेरे पीछे लेकिन मैं तेरे पीछे, अपना बना ले मेरी जान, हाय रे मैं तेरे कुर्बान। आई हो कहाँ से गोरी आंखों में प्यार लेके, चढ़ती जवानी की ये झुमका बरेली वाला कानों में ऐसा डाला, झुमका बरेली वाला कानों में ऐसा डाला, झुमके ने ले ली मेरी जान। हाय रे मैं तेरे कुर्बान, हाय रे मैं तेरे कुर्बान। कजरा मोहब्बत वाला अखियों में ऐसा डाला, कजरा मोहब्बत वाला अखियों में ऐसा डाला, कजरे ने ले ली मेरी जान। हाय रे मैं तेरे कुर्बान।
So now you can see the difference between the two paintings. The one on the left is done with photocolors on the watercolor papers. On the right one is done with the artist watercolors on a sketchbook. You can see how much of a difference both of them make. There is nothing that came on the other side of the page with the watercolor papers, and it is so bright and vibrant as compared to this one. I mean, I don't have any grudges with the colors, just the paper is not that good to hold watercolors. As you can see, some of it is also on the other side. I have always used watercolors in tubes and I love them. Those have amazing colors, but just that if you use a better paper, you can get a better result. You can add however layer of water on the watercolor papers and I think it will hold on to it. You can see there is no blotches or anything on the watercolor papers. Doesn't it look like a photograph? So shiny and all that. But I like both of them. It's on you what kind of drawing you want. This one is with photocolors, transparent photocolors. You might get it on Amazon. I'll put it in the description below. And it's not at all expensive. And as you can see, I only used a drop of each of these. And it colored such a big page as compared to the other artist watercolors. I have been using it for almost like 5 to 6 years and it's still a lot of them is left till now. So now coming on to the end, what are actually the essentials? I would say it's a watercolor paper for sure. Photocolors, that's my choice. Then a watercolor palette. After that you can use cloth, any napkin, a water container, and then brushes. Of course, you can use round or wide as you wish, but I would suggest you to use round at first if you're a beginner, and then you can later go on to wide brushes. But these are all the essentials that you need. There are 6 of them, and yeah, this is my list of all the things that you need to start with your watercolor journey. And I wish you all the best. Do tell me how you like this journey. Tell me it in the Instagram. I have it all in the description. Like, share and subscribe, things like that. Okay, bye bye. Thank you.